No,
David,
hold on, Stuart. I'm running this one for you this morning, buddy, because it's going to be me who's going to lead off. My buddy didn't like my dancing, so for you, buddy, I'm not dancing this morning. So look, Stuart, I got to tell you, I'm just perplexed. I am just perplexed, and I think that the media and just needs a little bit of, I don't know, maybe a therapy session, because the shakeups, the nervousness, the freakouts. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. When Joe Biden was in the office for 4 years, the media complained that they couldn't get access to him. They couldn't ask him questions. He was vicious. He wouldn't do anything. He walked off the stage. He was obnoxious. So in walks in Donald Trump, and from day one, Stuart, Donald Trump holds court, sometimes with formal press conferences, but what's more fun is in the Oval Office, he was taking questions ad hoc and any topic you could possibly want. In one session, some of the members of the media admitted, holy mackerel, what the heck happened? But you can't give Donald Trump a high five. You can't tell Donald Trump he's good. Right? You got to put him down. All right, folks, welcome back to the Rant Network. I am David Sullivan. He is Stuart Brisgell. We are this duo called the Rant Network, and we do this unedited, unfiltered, uncensored, the whole rant here. Conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. We cover everything from news, pop culture, and so much more. This is all about the absurdity, that the life that we all live in, folks, the quirks of modern life. You name it. It's a roller coaster of stories. But it's amazing how honest and straight up we are going to be when we come up with these personal opinions and perspectives. But we love to hear yours and share yours, and we comment about yours. So sit back and relax, folks, because here we go again. So Stuart, look, I'm gonna talk to you about this, because here's the thing. What's wrong where people cannot be happy when they get what they want?
David, I think I want to pivot on the subject. President Biden took approximately 588 questions in his entire 4-year presidency. In his first month, he took 141. Conversely, former President Barack Obama took 161 questions in his first month. Trying to follow me along here a little bit. In the entire presidency, Obama took 570 questions, the most amongst all modern presidents, which include Bush, Clinton, H.W. Reagan. But you know what a lot of people don't understand? Donald J. Trump, in his first month, took 1,000 questions.
1,000.
Nearly doubling President Obama's entire presidency. By the way, his entire presidency isn't just 4 years, it's 8. So it's kind of perplexing how the media hasn't been able to give this president any runway whatsoever, because they keep trying to tell you how bad, but you sort of forgot that in the entire 4 years that passed, the word transparency seems to have been misused in every sense of the word. From the ability of President Biden serving in office and people in his party swearing up and down, from Hakeem Jeffries to Nancy Pelosi to little Chucky Schumacher, and intentionally called him Schumacher. I know it's Schumer, guys. But these people are just the bottom of the barrel, and it's really strange because they're all very well educated, scholastically people. I can't believe that they're that stupid, or America is that naive. Like, Clinton shaved hundreds of thousands of jobs out of the federal government. And because of the ramp of Reaganomics, was able to balance the budget. Now, of course, really true Democrats can't give any credit to a Republican, but Reaganomics gave the fuel for Clinton to do, which no other president seems to have done: balance the U.S. budget in sorts. It technically wasn't, but was as close to the United States or any country has ever come. So as I sit here with you, David, today, I have to ask the question: why in the world would Democrat Soros-type judges go out of their way to try and stop the executive branch, which all federal employees work under, to the grace of the U.S. president? He's the executive branch. A judge has no basis to interject himself. And you know what I find really amazing? Why haven't we started to sue judges for interference, debarring them, dethroning them? Because using their bench as a political tool seems to be not only against their oath, it seems to be against all law, all jurisprudence. It's amazing. It's like no different than if you look at at Barnard College, the anti-Israel protests continuing. Those that want to protest the protesters weren't permitted. It's like the Democrats have to choose whatever is anarchist-like. So the question is, as the Democratic Party converted to the anarchy party, and the Republicans have turned into the popular party, doing what any government or institution would want to do. David?
You know what, Stuart? You bring up a lot of topics here, and one is really what politics today. I think politics for the longest time is about me versus you. It's not about us. And when you have this bipartisanship, it's people don't even recognize it. People don't even celebrate it. But we need bipartisanship when you are trying to run a country. But it's all about power, and it's all about seizing power. And I know that you talked about the Democrats, but the Republicans, by the way, historically haven't been a heck of a lot better when it comes up to whatever a Democrat does. The Republican has to find fault in it. The same in Canada. It doesn't matter. This is called politicking. Fine. But what I'm a little bit perturbed by is when you look at how you look to oppose a government. All right. Now, listen, let's start with the questions. Donald Trump answers questions. The left says, "How dare he?" I'm like, what's wrong with you? Okay, AP gets thrown out. Let's sue the president. Sue the president. Like you see that the reaction with everything that's done is all about it's oppositional, but it's not even oppositional in an intelligent way. It's in a big baby way. And what has happened over the last number of years, Stuart, and we've seen this, is that the left, pushed by the Democrats, has promoted the notion that when someone doesn't agree with you, all the rules are out the window. And if you look at it you're going to tell me, could you imagine that if tomorrow morning Joe Biden had said, we are going to open Doge, would you have seen Republicans at the Department of Education demanding to go in? I don't think so.
Nope.
Here's my next one. Who was the one who yelled, stack the court? Just in Biden's administration. Biden, the Democrats. They wanted to stack the court because there were too many conservative judges. And the only way to balance is to imbalance the court with left-leaning judges. They wanted to stack the court to favor them. So if you listen to everything I'm saying here right now, it's not about this is a bad idea and here's how to make it better for everyone. This is a bad idea and let me make it better for my side, only for the left. And here's the thing, and I'll throw this right back at you. Why are the judges doing what they're doing? Is because the left have told the judges, The law is out the window. Figure out how to counter any Republican or conservative policies, and we will support you to death. That's why you had these crazy charges being put out in front of Donald Trump in the last number of years. And all of a sudden, they're thrown out. Hey, come on. You know what's going on here, Stuart.
Listen, but what I find truly amazing in talking to people that are very left-wing, and they're very intelligent people, which is kind of an oxymoron. How could you be in favor of and not recognize? And I think it's a matter of messaging. And I think the Republicans are starting to figure out the word messaging. And so long as they continue down this road and be as transparent and deal with things in a front-face manner,
Yep.
the Democrats are stuck waiting for an aha moment, which they're trying to create on an hour by hour, day by day, trying to sling mud, hoping something sticks. Now, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out, but it's only been 30 days. But in 30 days, the government transformation in favor of its citizens hasn't been seen in history. And with that comes even more populism than before. The employment, all the public sectors are being clipped, and the private sectors are being built out. They're laying off federal employees, but hiring them in the private sector.
Yeah, no, don't say that. You see that last part you just said? The media doesn't want to tell you the truth.
No.
Like I was reading this morning, for example, a Globe and Mail article here in Canada that, again, distorted fact. I'm not surprised. I mean, people, let's be real. This is the media that continues to distort the truth. And what does it say? Is federal employees are getting laid off. The world is coming to an end. Chicken Little syndrome, I call it, right? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. But at the end of the day, Stuart, yeah, let's focus on the negatives here, okay? Donald Trump still want to slap tariffs on everybody, and cost of living is going to go up. And it probably will if he does that, okay? But like everything else, if he is the president and that's what he wants to do, you guys, you have a choice in about 4 years. Vote him out. They're trying to use terms like dictator again. They're back to that. A friend of mine sent me a message yesterday. You know why they're doing this, right, David? You understand why they're doing this, right? It's because it's a smoke screen. They're trying to do something because you notice, look what he's doing with Putin and look what he's doing with, what are you talking about? Listen, he wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a king. There was a video floating around Instagram about King Trump. Guys, I got to tell you something. The statements made, the panic that you are trying to create. Yes, I hate these tariff businesses because I think it's a disruptor. But I don't think he's becoming a king. You can't become a king when you've got your branches of government. There are checks and balances. But what is happening here is, and I love this one, Stuart. This was the best. Lefties were accusing Donald Trump of what? Stacking the Supreme Court. I'm like, wait a minute. 5 minutes ago, you wanted to have 11 judges and they should be all lefties. Trump hasn't even talked about the Supreme Court, but he's threatening to stack the Supreme Court. Gotta love it.
David, it's grasping at straws. And I wished the Democrats, not the politicians, called out their representatives for their insider trading, for their wealth that they've created on the backs of Americans, for the deals that they've made to enrich themselves. Oh, no, hang on a second.
Dude, you're repeating the same thing. You're repeating it again, my friend. Our listeners, whoever's here, has heard this again. Yeah, the Democrats line their pockets. The Democrats have done all this stuff. But you want to know, Stuart, I'm going to ask you this question so that you can get rid of the crickets.
Oh, no, crickets are there for a reason. Okay. Because you're speaking to deaf ears.
Right. So crickets. No, the deaf ears is on the left. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you, Yeah, that's what my question is going to be about the right. You talked about messaging, and in a slam dunk election, do you hear that the Democrats in 1 month still hasn't figured out why they lost?
No, I think the Democrats haven't figured out how they spent over $1 billion and lost an election. I haven't heard any of the donors get upset about $1 billion that went to pay for Oprah Winfrey. I don't know how they stood by with $1 billion paying for ABC producers. I don't know how $1 billion got spent and enriched all these left-wing organizations, and they still did not win, David.
Stu, you want to know what's interesting? There's she's been interviewed quite a few times, and her name escapes me, but she was on the finance committee, and she said there are donors out there, they won't come out publicly, but they're infuriated that they were promised one thing and the Democrats did another thing. I'm thinking, why are you surprised? But Stuart, you want to know what? I think that what's happening today in the noise of the social media and the noise of the media, my friend, we're not going to get any quiet. I think Stuart decided to cut me off as usual. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done here. Thanks a lot for this. We hope you enjoyed your rant today and found this a little fun. We'll be back today. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, everyone. Cheers.